What if I told you there is a quiet epidemic, a stealthy, culturally approved form of malnutrition that is systematically eroding the vitality, strength, and longevity of modern men? It's not a fad diet. It's not a lack of gym time. It's happening 3 times a day, every day, in plain sight. We are here today to confront the silent diet mistake weakening men worldwide. And that mistake is this: the cult of protein and the abandonment of everything else. We have been sold a monolithic lie, a story that says manly eating is a slab of meat, a scoop of plain rice, maybe a broccoli floret as a garnish for conscience. We have equated protein with prowess, and in our laser focus on this single nutrient, we have created a generation of men who are overworked and undernourished. Your plate is full, but your cells are starving. Consider, for a moment, the architectural blueprint of a truly healthy human body, particularly one under the physical and mental demands traditionally faced by men. We think of steel beams of protein, a sturdy frame of bone. But what is it that holds this structure together? What is the silent, mesh-like reinforcement that prevents collapse, regulates internal traffic, and ensures the entire system doesn't crumble under pressure? That is fiber, and right now, the modern male diet is engineering a catastrophic failure by neglecting it. This isn't about an occasional skipped vegetable. This is a systemic, daily deficit that has profound and cascading consequences. We are not facing a minor shortage. We are in the throes of a true fiber famine, and it is compromising men from the inside out. The most critical and most overlooked role of fiber is as the primary nourisher of the gut microbiome. Think of your gut not as a passive tube, but as a densely populated ecosystem, a rainforest teeming with trillions of bacteria. This is not a metaphor, it is a literal, living organ that governs your health. These microbes require specific, indigestible fibers, probiotics, as their sole food source. When you starve them of this, the entire ecosystem shifts. Beneficial, anti-inflammatory bacteria that thrive on fiber begin to die off. In their place, less desirable, pro-inflammatory microbes that can survive on sugar and processed fats take over. This shift is not a benign event. It directly fuels systemic, low-grade inflammation, which is the common soil in which chronic diseases grow: heart disease, metabolic dysfunction, and even certain cancers. That persistent ache in your joints, the sluggish recovery from a workout, the stubborn weight around your middle, these are not just signs of aging. They are flares sent up from a starving gut. Beyond inflammation, this compromised gut environment fails to perform its essential duties. A fiber-rich diet produces crucial compounds called short-chain fatty acids during fermentation. These SCFAs, like butyrate, are nothing short of miraculous. They repair and strengthen the gut lining, preventing the condition ominously known as leaky gut, where toxins and undigested particles seep into the bloodstream, further amplifying inflammation. Butyrate also acts as a direct signal to your metabolism and immune system, teaching it to respond appropriately rather than launching constant, misguided attacks. Without fiber, this production line shuts down. Your internal defense and repair system goes offline. The ramifications extend explosively to blood sugar management and hormone regulation. Soluble fiber found in oats, beans, and berries creates a viscous gel in the digestive tract. This gel acts as a natural buffer, slowing the absorption of sugars and fats into the bloodstream. The result is a steady, sustained release of energy, avoiding the sharp insulin spikes and catastrophic crashes that come from a low-fiber, processed meal. Why does this matter for men? Because these relentless insulin spikes are a direct driver of insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, and a master manipulator of fat storage, particularly visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs. Furthermore, a dysregulated gut microbiome, starved of fiber, interferes with the delicate balance of hormones. It can alter the excretion and recycling of key sex hormones, including estrogen and testosterone, potentially leading to imbalances that affect everything from body composition to mood and drive. Finally, we must confront the profound gut-brain connection. Your gut is often called your second brain, and for good reason. It produces a vast majority of the body's serotonin, a neurotransmitter fundamentally linked to mood, sleep, and cognition. The state of your gut microbiome, dictated by your fiber intake, directly communicates with your actual brain via the vagus nerve. A starved, inflamed gut sends signals of distress that can manifest as brain fog, low-grade anxiety, diminished focus, and a lack of mental resilience. The stubborn, fatigued feeling that is often shrugged off as just stress may very well be the whisper of a microbiome in crisis. So when you choose a meal devoid of fiber, when you opt for the plain chicken breast and white rice, ignoring the vegetables and whole grains, you are making a decision that far transcends simple nutrition. You are not just skipping a side dish. You are starving a vital organ, dimming your metabolic fire, destabilizing your hormones, and clouding your mental clarity. You are, bite by bite, dismantling the very infrastructure of your vitality. Let us be unequivocally clear. The path to true strength and sustained vitality is not found in doubling down on a narrow, antiquated vision of nutrition. It is not solved by another scoop of powder or an even larger portion of lean meat. The silent crisis weakening men is not a deficit of willpower in the gym. It is a deficit of wisdom on the plate. We have been meticulously building one pillar of health protein, while allowing the entire foundation of our metabolic, hormonal, and cognitive health to erode. To continue on this path is to build a fortress on sand. The shaking hands, the foggy mind, the stubborn weight, the quiet fatigue. These are not mere symptoms of aging or stress. They are the direct feedback from a biology screaming for nourishment it is not receiving, a body starved of the very elements it needs to thrive. Therefore, the call to action is not an invitation to a life of restriction or joyless eating. It is a summons to a more sophisticated, more complete, and ultimately more powerful form of self-care. It is an appeal to see your plate not as a fueling station, but as your primary pharmacy, your most reliable source of cellular repair, and your first line of defense against decline. This is about shifting from a mindset of simplistic consumption to one of strategic nourishment. It means seeing that handful of spinach as crucial magnesium for your nerve function, those blueberries as essential antioxidants for your brain, that tablespoon of flaxseed as fundamental fiber for your gut microbiome, and that glass of water as the essential solvent for every single metabolic process that defines your life. Embrace this not as a correction of weakness, but as the next evolution of strength. The strongest version of yourself is not the one who ignores every signal except the one to lift heavier weights. It is the one who listens to the complex language of his own biology and responds with intelligence. It is the man who understands that longevity, clarity, resilience, and vigor are built with every single food choice. This is the true discipline, the discipline to nourish the unseen, to fuel the microscopic, to invest in the long-term architecture of your health with the same dedication you apply to your professional life or your physical training. So, walk out of here and redefine what it means to eat like a man. Let your next meal be an act of profound strength. Center the color, prioritize the fiber, honor the micronutrients, choose the right fuels, and respect the water. Move beyond the cult of the single nutrient and step into the science of holistic nourishment. Build a body that is not just large but resilient, not just lean but energized, not just for show, but for the long, vibrant, and powerful haul. The silent mistake ends when you choose to no longer be silent about what you truly need. It ends when you decide to feed the whole man. Thank you for joining me for this critical discussion. If this message on rebuilding the foundational pillars of men's health resonated with you, please share it with the men in your life who need to hear it. Fathers, brothers, friends, and colleagues. This silent issue thrives in isolation and is solved through shared knowledge. To ensure you don't miss our future deep dives into practical, science-backed strategies for mastering your metabolism and longevity, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We are here to turn complex science into actionable steps. Your journey starts with your very next meal. Make it count, nourish the whole man. Until next time, stay strong, goodbye.